he only comes to the meeting once a month. Once a month, you're making big decisions for somebody's livelihood, and that's not fair to them. So go ahead, Stanley.
Well, I have a few more comments based on that.
Okay, well,
Trustee,
hold on. You out of floor. Hold on.
No, well, this is the board, so
It is the board.
So he can wait.
No, he's not going to. Come on, trustee, stop. You don't have the floor. Trustee, you don't have the floor. I was talking while he was talking. Hold on.
Well, he could talk in a minute.
Let him
This
clear it up.
pertains to what we're talking about right now. First of all, you didn't answer Trustee Carlisle's question.
I did answer her question.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I did not go round and round.
Second of all, maybe that was better. You're acting
Trustee,
like
you don't have the floor.
You're acting
now
like
you
this
see
is.
why residents act that way. When you ain't got the floor, you don't. You do know Robert Rules of Order, right?
In a surprising turn of events, an attorney once closely aligned with Mayor Tiffany Henyard has reportedly turned against her during a tense board meeting. In what many have described as a shocking revelation, the attorney disclosed sensitive information that cast Henyard in a negative light, alleging corruption and abuse of power.
Care people are.
Yeah, that's why I said.
They got a flat
so why can't we pay the?
You missing the point.
Yeah,
you got to do the math. You're not doing the math. A flat fee per cut.
Yes.
And the kids was $3 or $4 or $5 per cut.
Okay.
When it added up, it was $5,000 or so or more.
Going to
2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. When you do the budget, the numbers are. Okay, Rich Rob, come back with them. Was $700,000, $800,000. You gotta listen to what I'm saying.
I am, but it's supposed to be youth program.
It's still a youth program. Why, okay, hold on. Why do y'all think kids just want to cut grass? It's other stuff we have that youth doing. It's just not grass. Hold on, it's not just grass.
But if we pay them properly.
This public betrayal has intensified growing suspicions about Henyard's conduct and intentions. Many view it as a clear indication that her allies are starting to distance themselves as her legal troubles continue to mount.
Let's say the last month, things are spiraling out of control. The Carter is burning. People are jumping ship. People are probably finding ways to save themselves. What is going to happen to the Superman Tiffany Henyard? I just can't wait for this next regular board meeting. What?
Tiffany Henyard's recent behavior in public meetings has sparked significant criticism, especially during a recent session where she engaged in a heated argument with the moderator. Known for her confrontational style, Henyard clashed over procedural matters, revealing an apparent unwillingness to be challenged or questioned.
So, attorney, we're not answering questions, even though the original agenda was posted that way? It said, the original agenda posted says comments and questions. Well, you guys changed it today when we got to this meeting. Okay, you finished? Okay, again, my comment is public comment, so you can ask. The agenda posted, okay, attorney, the original agenda posted said questions and comments. I saw you look it up. I am correct, right? That the original agenda posted said questions and comments, correct? Because I saw you look it up on your laptop just now.
Well, first of all, I can look up a bunch of things in my laptop. That's the first thing. Second thing is I have absolutely no idea what was posted here at the township. I know what was sent over to me, and I know what I have in my hand right here. In my hand right here, it says comments. And
according to many observers, Mayor Henyard's ability to persuade and influence has significantly diminished. Her attempts to defend her actions and policies are falling flat as her credibility continues to wane. During recent public appearances, Henyard has struggled to maintain her authority, often deflecting questions or resorting to vague, evasive responses.
Who's gonna hold them accountable for that? There are so many other things going on. When you've got an FBI probe, when you've got a police chief in Village of Dalton that is, has been tossed out, and then he gets rehired by Tiff, the super mayor. I mean, you've got some crazy shenanigans going on that are probably way higher in the overall importance of not only running Village of Dalton, but Township of Thornton, which Tiff is, has a senior position in both communities. There's a ton of other issues, especially in Dalton, that are greater than her perceived conflict of interest with the attorney. But this is just one more of those things where the perception is terrible. It's like, hey, we're just asking you a simple question. We've got this attorney here for you know what's in the back of everybody's mind that's sitting in this meeting. They are thinking, are we paying for this attorney as the Township of Thornton residents for him to basically be here to defend you, Tiff Tiff? Or like you're saying, which they don't believe anything that Tiff Tiff says at this point in time, the super mayor has zero credibility. She has zero. She is losing her power structure as I'm talking right now. As you know damn well, Township of Thornton's probably footing the bill. And that's another big issue is how many attorneys is Tiff Tiff paying right now? Personally, supposedly, personally. You got a defense attorney, and that comes in a 2-pack, apparently. She's had the 2-pack show up at multiple events, right? Meaning the senior attorney and then the junior attorney. And then we've got this Delgado law firm. I thought the Delgado law firm, Delgaldo, I think, law firm, I thought they quit working for the Village of Dalton. I think they quit. I mean, there's all this attorney drama.
At recent public meetings, many have noticed unfamiliar faces, particularly individuals believed to be criminal defense attorneys. This has fueled speculation that Henyard is preparing for legal battles ahead. These lawyers are presumed to be part of an emerging defense team, anticipating potential criminal charges that could arise from ongoing investigations into her conduct as mayor.
Yeah, it was yet another chaotic village board meeting here in Dalton last night. But during that meeting, a lot of people noticed a couple unfamiliar faces sitting directly next to Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Well, we've done some digging and we've found out who those unfamiliar faces are. They're both criminal defense attorneys that have been hired by the mayor.
Governor J.B. Pritzker was recently asked about the mounting lawsuits involving Mayor Tiffany Henyard during a press conference. In his response, Pritzker maintained a diplomatically distant stance, offering no direct comment on Henyard's legal issues. However, he emphasized the importance of integrity and transparency in public office. His non-committal remarks were interpreted by some as a subtle indication that Henyard's political standing is becoming increasingly precarious.
Governor, are you monitoring what's going on in Dalton and Thornton Township and leadership there? Are you concerned? Taxpayers seem very worried. There's chaos at meetings. What can be done? Could you play a role in stepping in some way? What's your take on the situation?
So I've looked at that question, whether the state should and can play a role. The federal authorities, as you may know, are involved and investigating. I've read that. I think that's a public information. There is an investigation that's been called for, and now I know there was a veto that was overridden that will now allow that investigation to go forward with former Mayor Lori Lightfoot in charge of that. I think that those are two pretty good authorities for looking into this, investigating it, and getting to the truth.
And the state,
we'll support them. Well, we looked at whether we ought to put resources, whether it's state police and their anti-corruption efforts, or asking the Attorney General. The reality is that there are already two pretty significant investigations going on, and so we'll support them in every way that we can. But it's really just a matter of, do you want everybody running over each other in those investigations, or do you want two concerted efforts toward getting the facts?
The news cycle has been dominated by a series of reports about Mayor Henyard and the numerous lawsuits filed against her. Allegations range from financial mismanagement to the misuse of public funds, with each new lawsuit further chipping away at her public image. These legal battles have not only portrayed Henyard as an inept leader, but have also raised serious questions about the legality of her actions while in office. For many residents of Dalton, these cases are seen as clear evidence that Henyard's tenure has been marred by controversy and misconduct.
Any sense? There must be deals happening right now. There's a new lawsuit, it seems like every week with this group of people. Every week someone else is suing this administration with Henyard, with Keith Freeman. So the newest lawsuit is based on, I think, Tyrone Ism Jr. Ism Jr. He was talking about the barbershop. He was denied a business license after he invested in purchasing and renovating this property. Denial was said to be a part of a pattern of behavior, which we've all seen. It just look up Tiffany Henyard on any platform. You will see story after story after story of people saying she won't allow me to run a business. She wants that property. She wants that for herself or the people that support her. And it's the same thing. It's just making these licensing decisions based on the financial and political reasons rather than the merit. So in the typical process, right? Like when people are actually, or the government is actually doing the right thing. In the typical process of issuing a business license, local governments are expected to evaluate applications based on established criteria, like zoning laws, health regulations, safety requirements. So it ensures that all the businesses meet the necessary standards to operate within the community. So applicants should receive clear guidance on those requirements. Because again, you're not trying to shut people out. Like if they need certain things to be done, you want to help them because they're building businesses that's going to help the citizens and will help you in the process. So this process should be transparent. Not you show up and Keith don't even know who you are. Who are you? Did you donate to a campaign? Because if you did, I would know who you are. But if you didn't, like, get out of here. You know? And by being transparent, it allows for a clear, objective review that, doesn't vary based on the applicant's identity or their political or financial connections.
Despite the controversies surrounding her, Mayor Tiffany Henyard continues to project an image of herself as the most powerful figure in Dolton. However, critics argue that this perception is increasingly detached from reality as she faces mounting opposition from all sides, including former allies.
To give some little bit of context and background, so Tiffany Henyard is the youngest and first woman mayor of Dalton, and she's now the first woman supervisor of the Thornton Township. She coins herself as the most powerful woman in the Southland of Chicago and the super mayor. Let me give some context to Dalton, the city that she runs. They said it's under 20,000 people. It's not officially a city. It's actually considered it's considered a village, and so but it's a city that 15% of the people are in poverty. It has very high property taxes due to Cook County and the town taxes. There are not a lot of businesses there, and so it's a lot of issues going on.
When confronted about her involvement in lawsuits and questions regarding her ties to a namesake charity, Mayor Henyard has consistently denied any wrongdoing. She often deflects such inquiries or dismisses them outright, portraying herself as a victim of political attacks. However, her denials have done little to ease public skepticism.
Investigates has an update on a questionable cancer charity now being investigated by the Illinois Attorney General. The South Suburban politician, who the charity is named after, is now denying direct involvement in the foundation that bears her name.
All I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the.
So you're saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you?
Correct. That's true.
Okay. So you're not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines?
When questioned about her heightened security detail, Henyard has claimed that it is both warranted and provided by the government.